Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to Sincere Tarot, where you get the raw honest truth. This is your mid-June tarot check-in, and your theme is the magician, being inventive, awesome, manifesting powers, being really creative, having an awesome creative spark, and just pure potential. So that is looking pretty good. Let's see what else is in store for you for the rest of the month and what you need to know for mid-June. But before I lay out these cards, if you could please subscribe, please. Yes, I'm begging, and I'd appreciate it. Like if you've already subscribed. Okay, anyways, let's lay out these cards and see what's in store for you. All right, what does Sagittarius, let's try that once more. What does Sagittarius need to know for mid-June? All right. Yeah, things may not have been easy recently, but you can make things go the way that you want. You can control the balance in your life. So I feel like in the past, okay, so right now you're coming up as the Nine of Swords, which is disappointment. It could have been quite a number of different negative situations that have really stressed you out, really disappointed you, and it's almost like a bit of a midlife crisis card. You know, you've come so far, you've worked so hard, you've sacrificed so much. You may have even lost potential relationships because of what you have been aiming for, and you're at this point where you're thinking, was it even worth it? Everything that you've fought for. Yeah, so I think you're gonna make a change, definitely. And what's in the past leading into this is the Justice card. So I feel like recently, one of the reasons you're actually feeling disappointed is because you're looking at a situation very clearly and much more objectively. And sometimes people can ignore and deny, but when you look at a situation clearly and objectively and see it for what it is, sometimes there are a lot of things you didn't necessarily want to see, and it can be disappointing. So I do see you abandoning efforts towards a new path, okay? Even though, because we've got, what you need to know about is the Six of Pentacles. And in this deck, the Six of Pentacles, I feel like is a big public service card often, but it's being charitable, it's being kind. You might be working, like I said, with the public and just really wanting to help people. It could be volunteer work. And so I think that maybe you were doing something before that you're really rethinking, and you're walking away with disappointment towards a new path, or you're at least considering it, because the outcome is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles can go either way. You could stick with what you want. You could go a new path. The thing is, I feel like you want to stick with the way, even though you're super disappointed with the way you've been going right now, and it could be something to do with work or relationships or how you live your lifestyle. It could be a lot of those things, okay? But it's something you've been thinking about a lot, and definitely something to do with money, and something you've got an emotional attachment to. So I feel like you think that if you were to stick with the path that you have been on for a while, that is what will bring you love and community and connection and family and just the good life. However, I'm seeing, and it might, okay, I'm not saying it won't, it might, but right now you're wanting to walk away from that towards something different, something that might be a little bit more meaningful and charitable in a sense. It could be going to a job where you may not be able to provide your family or yourself with the lifestyle that you want, which includes money and things like that, but it might be something that is really needed. You might be going towards something that is much more needed. It might be a bit of a pay cut, for example, but it's in an area where people really, really, really need you. And so you would be really appreciated. I feel like you're not really appreciated at the present moment with the work that you're in or what you're doing right now. So you're thinking of just giving up, walking away, and doing something that might have less prestige, less money, but you're so needed, very needed. But it's up to you what you do, because the outcome is the Two of Pentacles. It could go one way or the other, and you have to you will pick a path. If you pick the new path, all right, we have the Strength card as the outcome. So I feel like it will be more spiritually fulfilling. You'll grow more as a soul. You will learn so much, not just about other people, but about yourself. I genuinely feel like if you pick this new path, and you pick, okay, but if you pick this new path, this different way, it's more in line with fulfilling your life purpose while you're here on this planet, even though it might be a bit less prestige and a bit of a pay cut. But you create the life that you want, okay? You create this. Like I said, Two of Pentacles outcome. You decide. This is a crossroads, but fate does not decide for you. You are the master of your own fate in this situation. Let's get some clarifying cards, then we'll do advice cards, and make sure you stick around until the end where you pick your own destiny cards, all right? Let's get some clarifying cards first. Wow. Interesting. Maybe it's within a position. Maybe the position that you are in, it's not like you have to go to a whole new position or company, but I feel like the charitable part, I feel like you've woken up in a certain way. You've woken up because in an area where you were mentally closed off, where you were mentally stressed before, and it has been a wake-up call. There have been disappointments in the past that you're looking at a lot more clearly. I feel like the work that you had definitely has not been as charitable or as fulfilling as you wanted it to be. Or maybe there are certain parts of your work that have been, there have been cuts, budget cuts, or maybe a certain part of your job where the things that you actually really enjoyed, when you really enjoyed helping people, those bits have been cut. And I don't think they'll come back ever. It's over. And I think that maybe it might have been your boss, or even if you have your own business, it could have been decisions from the government, things like that, that have forced you to abandon things that used to be really emotionally fulfilling. Whatever decision that you do make at the end, because you will have a choice, okay? You will be presented with a choice of which way you can go. Follow your intuition. That inspiration that you feel, that wake-up call that you feel right now because of all of the disappointment, you need to go with that intuition. That is what will guide you. You have to stay true to yourself. You need to maintain your integrity. This is not a time to hold back words because you're afraid of what other people will think. You have to speak your truth. You have to stay true to yourself. You have to stay authentic if you're going to make the right choice. Because when you're authentic, you're true to your soul, which means you're more in line with what you came down here for, okay? Let's get some advice cards, and then we'll do destiny cards. All right, so let's get some advice cards. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, this does have something to do with work. Anyway, we've got the Empress. You need to put yourself first. You need to treat yourself like a queen. So if there are, whether you're male or female, okay, you know what I mean? If there are certain decisions that you have to make, you need to think about what would be best for you to live the lifestyle that you want. And that's a lifestyle that is really good, okay? To get the most beauty and love out of life and joy out of life. Go that path. Set yourself up to have a good life, the life of a queen. You deserve it. Second advice card, we've got the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups, you need to recognize certain patterns. You may have gotten into this situation initially because you have been maybe doing the same. There's maybe been some emotional entanglement, potentially with an authority figure, or just doing things because you thought other people wanted to do them. You may have been manipulated, things like that. You need to look at these patterns regardless, okay? Third advice card, we've got the Three of Pentacles. I feel like overall this does have something to do with work, but it also could be a relationship, specifically a marriage, possibly. But this can sometimes represent you, the other person, and that Third Pentacle can sometimes represent the relationship itself, okay? But I feel, regardless, I feel like you need to get different aspects, different perspectives about work, about money, about relationships, whatever it is that specifically applies to you in this reading, because we all have blind spots, okay? So it's really, it's good to get advice from other people that you know have good judgment about the type of advice that you're asking them about, okay? I mean, I wouldn't ask someone who's been divorced 5 times for relationship advice, but they might be really good with money, okay? And so I would ask them for money, but someone who's been bankrupt 5 times, I'm not gonna ask them advice for money. You see what I mean? So make sure that you're asking the right people the right questions, because even if you don't agree with everything that they say, you really do need to have they will help you fill those blind spots and get a fuller picture of the situation, not the whole picture, but a much fuller picture. Because you might think you have the big picture, you don't, okay? No one on this planet does. That's why we need to talk to people. All right, last advice card, we've got the 4 of Cups. So I feel like there might be an opportunity that you are ignoring right now. There might be an opportunity come up, and you might be contemplating it or thinking about it. It's really up to you if you go for it, but you do need to meditate, but I wouldn't meditate forever on this opportunity that is coming, but it's good to think about it. And if you're in a negative emotional place, there still is hope. It's just you might not see it because you might be not paying attention. You might be distracted and withdrawn. All right, pick a number 1, 2, or 3, and you're going to pick your own destiny cards. So how has this reading resonated with you? Please comment below. Only nice comments, otherwise you get blocked. You know how it is. And please do comment below. I do love reading your comments. So pick 1, 2, or 3, the first number that resonates with you the most, the first one that really sticks out in your head, okay? Never second guess yourself, that's your ego. Ego's great, we need it, but we're not using it right now. If you picked 1, cool. I feel like if you picked 1, we've got, 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands. So if you picked 1, I feel like overall you're relaxing, you're enjoying life, probably spending time with some friends and family, or at least having a chat with people you enjoy talking with, maybe having some drinks, stuff like that. That's great. And it's important to be able to relax and enjoy life, not to just work, all right? And I feel like we've got the 3 of Wands beneath the surface, so there's going to be at least a bit of a victory, likely in regards with this choice that you're going to have to make in the future. And you can I feel like you will make the first step forward, so it's not just planning, okay? It's actually taking that first action step in the direction of where you're gonna go. So that's great, and you'll be successful. And 8 of Wands is your advice. I feel like you're gonna get a lot of messages, a lot of information in about whatever this is, okay? This new direction that you're going into. I feel like things are going to start moving fast really suddenly, so that could be lots of messages, emails, phone calls, things like that to get it moving. Maybe a lot of people are going to be contacting you at the same time about the same thing. They're all in the same direction, okay? And then lastly, it could be a whole bunch of synchronicities, like so many synchronicities that it's really hard to ignore. The universe is sending you all of this information to get you to pay attention to a certain aspect, a certain direction of your life, and just to help keep you going in the correct direction. So get ready for those messages. If you pick 2. All right, if you pick 2, we've got 6 of Cups, 7 of Discs, Failure, and the Chariot. You're stuck in the past. You are feeling a lot of insecurity. You are not sure how you're going to make your money potentially, or how work's going to go, or maybe where you live and things that, and I feel like and you're still stuck in the past. You're still thinking, oh, what if, and it's taking you out of the present. It's making you not appreciate, the people around you, the things that you do have. You're just going to be, you know what you need to do? This is what you need to do. Chariot energy. Instead of thinking about the past, thinking about all the mistakes and blah, 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 and I'm sorry to say it like that, okay? But you do need to snap out of it. You can't stay like this forever. You need to pick a new direction, pick a new goal, and just go for it hardcore. You need to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, put your big girl panties on, and just go for what you want. No whining, none of that. Just go for what you want, because you are so strong. You can get whatever you want. You just need to get the right mindset, all right? So get that mindset, figure out what you want, go for it. You can 100% accomplish whatever you put your mind to. So put your mind to something that you want to accomplish and go for it. That'll snap you out of it. And also maybe go on a little holiday if you can. Seriously, changing up the scenery is really going to help. All right, if you picked 3. Oh, wow. Interesting. All right, so we've got the Devil, which can sometimes be a Capricorn influence. We've got the 9 of Cups, happiness, and we've got the Princess of Swords. So you might be feeling like extremely stressed right now. Maybe a lot of doubt, fear. There could be someone who's being extremely toxic. This often can be a narcissist, it can be a psychopath, it can be a lot of people, but this could be stress within yourself, maybe because of the situation. Maybe you're in a toxic environment, or you're just thinking in a toxic way. It's part of the human experience. Please don't beat yourself up for that if you are, okay? No one's perfect. We can't just be 100% happy all the time. That's called being manic. And yeah, anyways, the point is, this negativity has birthed within you this huge wish, this big wish to be fulfilled, to have pure happiness, to have all of your desires come true. So even though you're going to be feeling in your head really dark and not in a good way, it's forcing you to make your soul just burst with joy and hope and inspiration and just really wanting emotional fulfillment, okay? So that is happening. On the surface, you're not in a good way. Beneath the surface, it's setting things up for a foundation to have so many of your wishes fulfilled of what you want in the future, okay? Because sometimes when you really figure out what you don't want, that allows us to figure out what we do want, which aligns us towards happiness, okay? Advice card, we've got the Princess of Swords. So you need to be flexible with your mind, and when you're out looking for answers, I wouldn't necessarily look for the truth. I would just look for as many different perspectives as possible. You want to do some research. So you might want to do some online research, maybe read some books. You might want to be contacting people, professionals, things like that, and asking lots of questions just to change your frame of mind. And even if you don't necessarily agree with everything that you read or everything that someone says or a group of people say, just remember that that perspective is valid, and just look at things from a perspective of curiosity, right? And so just be curious, flexible mind. That will really help you snap out of that negative energy, okay? If you would like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. You can also follow me on social media. That's all in the description below. I do monthly and mid-monthly readings, so definitely make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you're still here, ooh, you get a secret bonus card. This just fell out. We've got the Three of Swords, so I feel like you're still healing from a past wound, but you really need to, and it could have been someone who betrayed you. This could also be in a romantic relationship, but it could be friend, family, work. You're still stressing from it. These are swords. They're in your head. Let's say someone hurt you 10 years ago. If you keep replaying that over and over and over in your head, then it's like it's happened a million times more than what it actually has happened, right? There's suffering, but then when we punish ourselves consistently, that's extra layers upon suffering. You need to get rid of those layers. You need to heal however you do it, okay? That could be meditating or whatever it is. You have to get over that past hurt because it's making you stuck in your head. You need to move on, and you're better than that. Have a great month. Bye.